Hey everybody, this is Jared. I just wanted to jump on real quick and just kind of recap what we've seen so far in the No Kings Day protests here in the United States, here in Maine, across the whole country. So it's about 5:30 p.m. Eastern time, and what we witnessed today in this country is just nothing short of historic. So far, and we're still getting the counts in, but nearly 6 million Americans have stepped into the streets for No Kings Day. It's a nationwide peaceful protest, as you know, in defense of democracy and the rule of law, kind of important ideas. And it's shaping up to probably be the largest single day of protest in American history, not just in terms of the number of people, but also in the number of places. There's been over 2,000 events across all 50 states. The really exciting part is that for the vast majority of these protests, it's been peaceful. There's been very little violence, very few arrests. It's been a very proud day for the people who have been planning for this and putting it into place. Right here in Maine, people showed up. In Portland, there were over 4,500 people rallied between Monument Square and Lincoln Park, and it was the largest turnout we've seen for any political protest in recent memory, including the hands-off protests earlier this year. Maine Congresswoman Chellie Pingree lit the place on fire. She grabbed the mic. She did not hold back. She did not disappoint. Amongst the things she shared, she reminded us that Donald Trump does not get to make laws by executive order, or to quote her, or by the stupid ass dumb ideas he has every night. The crowd roared. She was sharing what so many people had been thinking, right? And we're not afraid to talk about what's happening, especially when we have members of our congressional delegation there with us. And it wasn't just Portland. From Bangor to Brunswick, Augusta, Auburn, Maine turned out. We only have numbers from about 2/3 of the event so far, but right now, over 30,000 Mainers have shown up at 30 of the 46 rallies statewide, and numbers are still coming in. That's not a protest. That's a movement. One of the things that we do need to talk about today is just the reality of what we're up against. Because while most of today's events were peaceful, not everything has been. We got the news earlier today that in Minnesota, a gunman posing as a police officer went to the home of former House Speaker of Minnesota, Melissa Hortman, and her husband, killing them in a political assassination dressed as a police officer to gain entrance into their home. Also critically wounded another sitting lawmaker and his wife. As a result, Governor Tim Walz basically canceled, or strongly suggested they cancel all the protests, and they did, because the suspect is still at large. So, this violence doesn't come out of nowhere. I think it's fair to argue it's being fed and being encouraged, if not directly, then certainly people are being empowered by the way that this administration views dissent, the way that they view dissent as insurrection, dissent as rebellion. When you're putting troops on the streets in blue cities and states, that's going to feed into this paranoia that leads to things like this. So that was a really sad aspect of what happened today. But today wasn't about chaos. It was about clarity. And the clarity that we got is that America does not want a king. America does not want a fascist two-bit dictator to try and tell us how our nation's going to function. Okay? We're not anti-government, we're anti-tyranny. And I think that was the message that was loud and clear being broadcast across the United States today. So the protest is just the beginning. Now comes the real work. Activate Maine is a vibrant community that's growing every day. And when you come to the website, you join up at activatemaine.com. You're going to get all of the protests and all of the rallies from around the state in our calendar. You also have the opportunity to volunteer. You also have the opportunity to access our courses and our training. all of the anti-fascist, all of the anti-tyrannical activities that are happening in Maine are hosted here at activatemaine.com. So here's what you should be doing. Go to activatemaine.com, sign up for our newsletter, join our online community, come to the next training, bring a friend, and let's make this just the beginning of the next stage in taking our country back. We need everyone to get involved, and that starts right here in Maine. Thank you for watching the video. See you in the next one.